Hey, what is up, everybody? Back with another video. How you guys day going? Blah, 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 blah. What is going on, everybody? How are you guys day going? Oh my god. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? How are you guys days going today? Oh my goodness. Can't just film 2 videos today, Evan? What is going on? What is going on, guys? Back here today with another YouTube video. This video is the second video I am filming. I just filmed the other one. This video I'm going to talk a little bit more about like how I was. I had uploads every single day. People are like, you were so happy. It seemed like every single day you had a video out. You're so happy, so happy, so happy. I thought I was happy, but in reality I really wasn't. But a big role in this whole thing was a girl. Everybody in the comment sections right now is probably gonna be like, oh my god, some stupid girl story. And you're 100% right. I've had a rough like childhood. I've never really had like that female figure kind of in my life. I'd hang out with girls and like I wouldn't be serious about anybody. Like I just kind of wanted to do my own thing and hang out with girls, but not like really want anything and party and hang out. Like I didn't even really want, like I just wanted to hang out with them. There's this one girl that comes along in my life. A year or two of me and Simon knowing each other. Girl comes in my life. Wasn't really like into her. Like that's not my intention. Like I wasn't like, all right, I'm gonna get with this chick. Like, this is a whole big story. The whole same old big story. Same girl that was in that video during Halloween time. I just want to explain this all real quick, clear everything up. She came along. You know, we were talking like on and off, on and off, on and off. There was a party we went to. We ended up like staying the night at this party. We were swimming like in a hot tub. Everybody was having fun. Like I had all my friends there and we were all under the influence a little bit. I ended up liking this girl more than I thought I did, and we ended up cuddling together, and then, you know, one thing led to another. After that night, I really had feelings. I just wasn't the best at showing them, I guess. I'm still not good at it at all. That's why I kind of stay away from like relationships. I'm just like kind of scared to ruin them, and it happens every time. Never really good at showing emotions, and never really good at like showing that I cared, but like I did. I'm not like other guys. Like I am such a nice guy. Like I would do anything and everything for a certain person. I was just scared. Like I was young, I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I've never had a woman figure in my life to ask, okay, what do I do? Like I've never had someone like that. Whatever we did happened. It kind of like died off. Kind of like we were still talking, and then we ended up going to like a big like rope swing party thing. There was another kid there from high school. He just broke up with his girlfriend that was there, and like they were crazy, like they were fighting. I'm not gonna say any names in this video because obviously they watch these videos and I just be rude to that out there, I feel like, and I'm not trying to start anything. I'm just saying what happened, my experience, why things have been the way they have. We ended up going back to this kid's house, all like swimming in his pool. Noticed that like they were like talking to each other, and I was like, okay, it was a little awkward. He just broke up with his girlfriend. They weren't like all over each other, but like they were kind of close, getting close. Kind of pissed me off. So I was like, all right, let's go. Like the people I was with, so we ended up leaving. Like I had to go, whatever. And then I made up some like excuse why I had to leave, and then I ended up leaving because I was like hurt. I was hurt. I didn't want to show it, and I'm not good at showing emotions, obviously. So we just left, and I went home, and they all went back to another kid's house and were like partying and stuff. Yeah, I ended up texting her and was like, you like blah blah blah, and she was like, no I don't, and I was like, it's okay, like I'm not gonna be hurt, when I actually was, but like I didn't want to like hurt anybody. I didn't want to hurt anybody, so I feel like if I hurt myself it'd be okay. Which she ended up, you know, getting with him, and as we were like hanging out, this big friend group, big car group thing, and as like a whole car group was hanging out, like they'd always be all over each other, and there was pain that I have never felt, and that's how I know, like that's how I knew I really cared for this girl. Every time I saw them together, off of each other, kissing and left and right, every time I saw them together, it hurt so bad. I'm gonna go through this pain. I'm gonna torture myself just so they can be happy, just so everybody else can be happy. There can be no drama. Like I have to fake everything so everybody else can be happy. I went ahead and kept hanging out, and every time I hang out, the same thing would happen, and I just literally go home just hurting so bad, and no one knows that except my Simon might know it, I'm not sure. I would just be hurting so bad all the time. I wouldn't even tell my dad. I tell my dad like everything. I wouldn't say she intentionally tried hurting me. Every single night, pain and pain and pain. And it would help when I'd hang out with people and tell myself, oh, I'm not worried about her anymore, blah, whatever, like she's with him. Like I 100% was worried about it. It just messed with me for so long, to the point where I felt like I couldn't be happy unless I was with her. This is messed up on my part. Like, they were dating. Every time that they would break up, you know, she would start talking to me again, and like I'd fall into it again. I was so convinced with myself that I loved this girl. It took me forever to realize that I was just in love with the feeling of being in love. It got so bad to the point where like I'd hurt myself every single time. I knew the outcome. I didn't care. I just thought every time would be different. I got to a very, 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 very vulnerable state. I've never really dealt with death in my life, except for, obviously, if you can see that, Jack. I was really little. Like, I had him when I was 4 years old, and he died when I was 18, 19, and he's grown up with me my whole life, and I was literally my best friend before Simon, and Simon got to meet him, and that's literally the only thing I really wanted in the world. I never really dealt with a lot of deaths in my life. When I was younger, one of my best friends, like their whole family, like I loved them, they loved me. Like his mom was my mom. It's kind of like what we would say, like mom, like he'd say mom, we'd be like, oh hey mom, like, you know, she was like my second mom. Their grandma I was very, very close with. My dad grew up with them and was we were just very, very close to their family. She passed away and I made a video on it. I also believe every single day she's watching over me just because of how kind-hearted she was. I got real sad about that, to being able to talk to this girl again during this whole time, and she saw that I was upset, like I was crying and stuff. She was like, made me feel loved. And that's when like I started to realize it, like after all this happened, when Sheila was like there for me, like talking, like I asked her out that night. I found out I was so upset with like the way that everything was, that I was like, I can't be with it, I can't live without this girl any longer. I just need to do it right now, like when I'm crying. We ended up, you know, dating that day, and then I went over there the next night. I was like 5 months sober from drinking alcohol. I just stopped drinking alcohol. I didn't really like it anymore. I just realized I could have fun without it, and I decided to drink that night. Me and her ended up getting into a fight. Whenever we would fight, never once was it like physical. It was always just like verbal, and it would mainly be her yelling. I don't like arguing, so, which is on my part, but I've dealt with it my whole life and I just never liked it. And I just get so like scared when arguments happen, and I don't know why. I do know why. I just don't like to argue. She got upset, thought I was talking to another girl. I thought at the time I was head over heels in love with this girl, so I literally wouldn't talk to any other girls. And there was like one girl I'd talk to, like from another school, but like we were just friends. Like, I'm not allowed to have a friend. It was like a month ago last time I talked to that girl, and she was like, you talk to this girl, blah blah blah, whatever. We're just friends. Like, I'd call her right now. No, she just thought I was talking to other girls. I was so happy when I was dating her. I wasn't thinking about anything else but her, and like I thought things were going so well. And we called. I don't know if I can say that. I don't know if I want to say his name too either, because I don't want to bring anybody into the situation. Called one of my friends and asked to go to Waffle House, like on this little double date thing that night, and maybe it would make us better. He drove all the way there, and she refused to get in the car. I wasn't gonna obviously make her. Like, it's her choice. It happens so many times. She would, you know, be all about me and then go right back to him, and like I was nothing. I was just kind of like the second option every single time. So I'd be so happy around her, and it took me so long to realize I wasn't in love with this girl. I was in love with the fact, or with the feeling of it. Like, I was in love with feeling the love, like how relationships are. I was in love with that, not with her. I was just in love with that. I ended up breaking up with her like 5 days later because she like wasn't really talking to me. I'm so grateful that happened. I'm not in pain anymore. I realized that when I realized that that's what I was in love with. It's been 3 hours later. I think where I left off was I just got so in love with the feeling of love, and I broke up with her. It's probably better to go our separate ways. I mean, we're not really talking that much, texting. We're not really texting that much anyways. You're kind of just ghosting me or whatever. So like, there's always this game person will play. It makes you feel like you're so much more than you think you are. I had to learn for myself. The minute that we got to the dating stage, that I would learn from that point on, and I was correct. In the back of my mind, I was telling myself it's gonna be different once you get to that stage. It's gonna be different once you're dating her. It's gonna be different. She's actually gonna like try, blah, blah, whatever. You live, you learn. It took me so long to realize that I wasn't in love with the actual girl. I was in love with the feeling of love. I went out to like clubs and stuff, and I meet a girl, and that's when I would realize like, oh, this is what I've been feeling with her the whole time. You know, I keep hanging out with other girls. The whole time, I'm feeling the same emotion I had towards her. I'm mind blown. I was like, I'm not in love with her. I just think I was in love with her. It took me so long to realize that. You guys are going through anything like that, like I was. It's probably not gonna be the same situation. My situation was I was just in love with the feeling of love. And I've never had that. Breakup's a breakup, but I wasn't really sad in the long end because in my head, we've broken up like 15 different times, and we just like never were official. So I want you guys to learn off of my experience. Just thought it'd be different the last time. It wasn't. I'm living my best life now. I'm living the life. I am so happy where I'm at in life right now. I couldn't be any happier. I love everybody in my life. I think I said that in a couple of other videos. You have downfalls, you know? I've said this multiple times too. You have downfalls, just keep going. They're only gonna get better. I texted her on and off boyfriend because we were friends in high school, and then all that happened. I reached out to him. Yo, like, I've been getting closer to God, and I just wanted to reach out, make sure you're doing okay. I wanted to apologize for all of my childish behaviors. It took me forever to realize that I wasn't in love with her. I was in love with the feeling of love. I've never had that, and now that I realize that, I can move on. Not a day goes by that I think about her. She does try to do these things still, like when they break up, and it's just not really getting to me anymore. I'm kind of sick and tired of these games. Sorry, I like to talk, like especially when I see myself. It's kind of weird. I just have this obsession with myself. So all I'm trying to say is, if I can give you any advice, just try to learn from my mistakes. Whatever mistakes you are going through, just go and just push through it. Like, who says that you can't? Like, you could be the best person you possibly want to be. People tell me you're such a great guy, you're such a great guy. I don't believe that. Like, I feel like people tell me that because they want to like make me smile. They want to make me feel like I'm like a good person or something. I have not done one thing to prove that to all these people that I am a good guy. That's why I always have to keep working hard, keep positive energy, keep like pushing people to be positive, and all these different outcomes of sorts of things. I don't ever want to be satisfied. I don't want to be satisfied with myself to the point where I'm like, okay, I've done this, I reached to here, this is what I wanted to do, now I'm done. Like, I'm giving up, like I don't want it to do anything else. I never want to be satisfied, because in my head, I don't want, like, that's bad to me. Adam, my friend, one of my best friends, told me, sometimes I can't stand you, and I'm like, hold up, what? He was like, you're just so humble. You never give yourself any credit for anything you do, and you work so hard. I've had a lot of people tell me this, actually. I've worked myself so hard to the point, like, I really liked Michael Jordan and the flu game thing. And that really kind of motivated me to just always work, like, no matter what, like, just always keep grinding. Off camera, I'm always doing something, like, no matter what it is. I should be letting my voice rest and heal up, but obviously I've been talking to the camera the past 2 nights, and it's not gonna help. I don't understand why people treat people so badly. When I've given it all to someone and told them that they are worth everything, made me and like said that and lied straight to my face. I'm not trying to bash on anybody at all. There's no reason for me to hate you. Even her, I don't hate her. I don't hate her. I'm not a person to hate. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate her. I just dislike what she did. I have no reason to hate her. Things happen for a reason, and maybe it happened because I'd be better off. Her doing that to me only pushes me harder to work on every video, every song that I'm trying to make. I feel like I've talked way too long. I just get carried away when I'm talking to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you listening if you're here right now. If you are listening to this whole thing, I really do appreciate it. And I really hope you guys can learn off of my mistakes, decision I've made. If there's one thing I can tell you guys, no matter how hard life gets, don't give up. There's always a better outcome. You will always be successful if you just keep pushing forward, being positive. Spread positivity to other people like I try to do. Go out the next day, see somebody on the street, hey, how you doing? Just ask them how their day's going. You don't know how bad that person's day could be going until you come up, you ask them, how's their day going? Their day could change from there. That's a wrap on today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. It really does mean the world, and I'm out.